Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been 3 months almost since my last post, and I think I'm back, at least on YouTube. So I've started this video a million times, or I filmed a different version of this updates video a couple times, and I started editing it, and then I just never finished, and I started a new one and never finished. And about a month ago, I almost finished one.
Hi, so wow, I feel like I'm the queen of the long overdue updates, but I guess I'm back. Back vlogging at least. It's been 3 months almost since my last YouTube video, and a lot has happened since 3 months ago, but most importantly, still fell a little bit here. My collarbone is at least somewhat healed. I hope the last X-ray and orthopedic surgeon appointment next Monday. But I think it's pretty good. I've been able to start swimming, or I've been swimming for about 3 weeks now.
And I almost published it, but then I didn't. Now I'm back a month later, and I finally think I'm going to finish this because I want to tell you guys that it's race week, and that's pretty amazing and crazy, but I am racing this weekend. I am doing the Ironman 70.3 Tallinn, Estonia, which is the European Championship for 70.3, and I am taking the start. I'm also making a smoothie right now. I just came home from a run. So this video is going to be kind of snippets of the one that I created a month ago, and then kind of the new updates that are just like the most recent or that have happened since that last version. So basically, I am back at normal swim volume. I've done 2 weeks of normal swim volume, so over 20 kilometers, and I think my swim has improved tremendously since my last video a month ago.
Just had my first real swim this morning, where I did threshold 50s at a pretty normal pace actually, so some progress there. Still swimming not that many times a week and not that much distance at a time, but some progress.
But I'm still not where I used to be, so it's still an ongoing process of getting me back to my normal, but I hope we'll get there sometime. I am swimming normal amount, doing a lot of strength training for my shoulder, because I've lost a lot of muscle all over this side.
I'm just quickly going over the timeline of all these milestones and events. So basically my accident was on April 30th. I broke my collarbone on the left side. The fracture was at the end of the bone, so they couldn't operate, or they didn't want to operate because it would be pretty risky with all the joints and ligaments and stuff that were kind of right where the fracture was. So we just had to kind of wait and see if it starts healing on its own. I had to wear the sling for 3 weeks, and orthosis for another 3 weeks, and at 6 weeks the bone had started healing, but it had not properly healed or healed enough. So there was constantly the fear of that it wouldn't heal on its own, and I would have to get the surgery later than what you typically would get if you fracture the collarbone, because usually if it's fractured in a more severe manner, they operate pretty much immediately or within a week, and then it heals way quicker and you can get back to normal activities way sooner. Honestly, within 5-6 weeks you're just kind of back there, versus my situation was that the spot of the fracture was pretty complicated. Even though the fracture was quite clean, there was not a lot of like displacement or anything, but I had to just keep waiting. And at 6 weeks, they told me that, okay, we don't need to operate right now, but we still have to keep an eye on the bone, and I have to come back at 12 weeks. I was allowed to start run walking. I was riding quite well, honestly. And at the end of May, I was doing pretty well in training. Still not using the arm, but doing like stuff. But then some other issues started, so I've been experiencing some really weird muscle pains and cramps every now and then for the past 4 years, which always seem to come after I take some time off from riding and or running. So they seem to be related to cycling fatigue and then kind of taking a rest day or travel or sickness or something. And then when I get back to training, I kind of seize up or I get really severe muscle cramps or pains in my legs. They sometimes take a day or two to resolve, but this time at the end of May, early June, took me 2 weeks. And I was in constant pain every time I tried to do anything else than or anything more than just walk around in the apartment. It's a bit of a mystery, but I think so the situation right now is that we are kind of starting to look into it more. I've got some testing done, and I have some appointments coming up to hopefully figure this out. But I found some online forums where people were talking about this, so it seems like I'm not the only one and I'm not crazy. Hopefully ruling out some more severe diseases, but honestly I feel like it's not anything crazy severe since I'm highly functioning and able to train really hard all the time, but I'm just not able to rest and then get back to training. So just trying to get my strength back to normal. My bike and run are at a really good shape. I'm actually really happy about that. I've been able to ride quite a bit and run pretty much normally, so I think things are as good as they can be 3 months post-accident. And I'm hoping that that will make up for the possible deficit that I will have after the swim. But to be honest, I don't really have any expectations for myself for this race. I'm just gonna go take the start, just celebrate the fact that I'm healthy enough to do it, and just seeing what happens. And kind of then after that I have a little benchmark of like where I'm at and what I need to focus on next. But I'm just super grateful for being here, being able to do it. The progress back to training, back to riding outside, it's been an interesting process. I was able to like do a lot of good riding indoors, and then first like with one hand on the bars, and then I started gripping with two. Then I got a mountain bike and I started doing some mountain bike rides outside initially, like on bike path, and then like off-road rides, and then gradually getting back on the road bike. I feel like I'm still very scared, or like more nervous of like traffic and cars, and like I'm scared of other people. Like that's why I don't want to ride on bike path that much, especially like if I'm going faster, because I'm scared of other people crashing into me and then breaking my collarbone again. But I got a new time trial bike. I got a KDX finally. Bike legs feeling good. Running legs, I feel like for the first time for a long time, knocking the wood when I'm saying this, I don't have a running niggle, so that's why running feels nice. Like I really enjoy running and I wish I could like start running a lot more.
Siellä on Minttu Hukka, naiset kilpasarja.
I'm running about 60 Ks a week, which is like pretty good for me. So I think like hoping to keep this good momentum going. I started swimming around midsummer, so like June 22nd. I did a little bit of open water, and after that I started doing more pool swims just 3 times a week.
Yeah, running is going really well. I'm feeling faster and fitter than for a long time. I think this year has been really different from last year, where I couldn't really run that much because of my injuries, but this year it's been the opposite, that I've been able to run a lot more. I've been able to ride a lot more. I have swum quite a bit less than last year, obviously, but I'm excited because I haven't felt super confident with my run. And as a former runner, it's been like kind of a difficult thing for me for not feeling like running is going well. So I have felt more confident with my run this year after being able to do some quality runs and quality volume this summer. And I'm really hoping to see what they can do in Tallinn with my run. Biking is going well as well. That sounds weird. Going well as well. I did a time trial again, like last year. The time trial was a 10K local time trial that we've done the past couple of years. And so I have like a benchmark result from that each year since 2022. And this year, so I had ridden the K-Dex only like a week outside, so I wasn't like super used to riding the time trial position yet, but I did more power than last year. I was 10 seconds shy of my time last year, but I also had to slow down because a car jumped in front of me after the turnaround point, so I slowed down, and then that kind of cost me a little bit of time. So I think I was right about there where I was last year, maybe even faster, and I did more power, which is obviously not a good thing if you do more power and go the same pace or slower, but I think I could have gone faster and could have done more power, you know. So I think it was a good result after all. But I think in general I'm doing a lot better, both mentally and physically, and just happy that I'm capable of doing what I love to do.
So that's basically like everything, but I have to say that it's been a very long and very frustrating process, at least like with all my like everything that's been going on. Like, although I'd like to think that this was meant to happen now, and I was kind of meant to start figuring out what this muscle mystery is, so that I can train at my fullest potential, race at my fullest potential. So it's kind of like everything lumped together right now. But honestly, mental health wasn't very good for some time. I had a lot of PTSD, a lot of stress after the accident, nightmares, unable to sleep. Obviously, it's hard to sleep when you have a collarbone fracture. You have to sleep with like 5 pillows upright, everything. Gradually, I've been going down, and now I can sleep with 1 pillow only, which is unbelievable, because I honestly thought that I would never be able to sleep normally or on my side or anything anymore. But turns out almost 12 weeks later you can. And it took me a while to be happy, and honestly I'm not happy if I'm not training or racing or doing what I love to do. So that's why the muscle thing added to the list was very difficult, because I was unable to do anything. Like, I couldn't even go for a walk. So mental health was definitely highly challenged during the summer, but I'm really hoping that now, like towards the end of the summer, things just keep getting better and everything just keeps progressing, and then hopefully my race day comes and I feel like I'm healthy and happy and at least somewhat fit.
What else? I've got a new sponsor, Hoka. I've talked to them the entire year basically, or like since the beginning of the year, that there's been some conversation, just a little bit exchange of thoughts, ideas, and now just pretty recently we decided that okay, let's go, let's do it. And I'm super excited because Hoka is a brand that I really like, and I've run with their shoes. This year I've raced with their super shoes a couple times, and I just really love them, so I just felt like a no-brainer to finally get this partnership going, so I'm super stoked about that.
But yeah, that's kind of like everything summarized in a very unorganized manner. If you want to see more of my videos, please like and subscribe and leave comments, and that keeps me motivated to keep doing this. Thanks for watching.